Welcome, Scorpio, to your Astro Dice reading for July. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, hit that big old like button. Okay, my friends, let's see what's going on with you. Welcome back, all subscribers, and anyone new, welcome, welcome. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope for the month using only one of the 12 houses. It's kind of like tarot scoping, just done a lot different. Okay. Best messages coming out for the month, please, for the beautiful Scorpions. Going straight into the 5th house. Some Mercury energy and Libra energy. So, straight in here we have Mercury coming out. This is how you think, communicate, write, talk, and travel. Going straight into a Mercury retrograde next month, guys. I'm at the end of the month going through to August, so, or excuse me, September, so that'll be awesome. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. We got that Libra energy coming in. This energy is diplomatic, gracious, and it seeks harmony and balance in relationships. And don't worry, I'll let you know when that Mercury retrograde comes up because I'll be doing a reading for it. We do have 2 planets going through retrograde right now. Of course, we have that Saturn, and then, of course, we're getting ready for that Neptune to go retrograde as well. So, okay, let's see what we got going on here into the 5th house, where you have fun, romance, and create things you are proud of. So let's see what we have going on here. Getting straight into the situation. The situation is taking place in the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. Got a lot of relationship things going on over here, so I'm pretty sure we're talking about relationships. So whether it is, well, it's romantic, right? So, but it also could have things to do with what you're creating. So, let's see what's going on. This message coming out is overly emotional, letting that Cancer hit you right now. We're in Cancer season right now, so everybody's going to feel a little bit of the emotions coming through. On the 2nd is when that Neptune goes retrograde, so that's also going to bring up a little bit of emotions when it goes towards that that Cancer energy as well. But this is saying that there's something that is making you feel a little over emotional. Maybe you're feeling a little intolerant towards someone or somebody. Maybe you are dealing with a Gemini over here that's making you feel like they're being too cold-hearted towards you and kind of pushing you to the sides, and you're feeling like making you feel a little, yeah, indifferent. Okay. So I just feel like the way that they are communicating with you is kind of maybe bitchy, a little cold-hearted. Maybe they're feeling a little narrow-minded. Maybe it's making you want to react towards them the same way, right? A lot of times the way people want to react towards us, we want to take that reaction back, right? Because it does feel like I'm not going to run and hide from you. If you want to act this way, you're making me feel like, you know what, maybe I'm going to be a little snobby towards you as well, right? Doesn't mean you have to be doing so. It's just saying it could be a situation, right? Someone wants to jump me, you're going to get my scorpion sting. So it is saying that, you know what, I'm trying to bring out the sunshine over here, where I felt like there was going to be this joy, this celebration, this warmth, this happiness. You're finding that they're being more self-centered, and their behavior is intolerable toward you at this time. But it's almost like you're trying to keep this positivity around you for other people and for yourself, but they're making it hard, right? They're making it hard when they're acting this way. Right. For some of you, it even feels like more kind of like a very selfish, narrow-minded. You're not listening to what I'm trying to tell you, or you know, it's like they're overreacting towards a situation, where they're becoming very over-emotional, and it's hitting your emotions. A lot of you Scorpions are empathic, so you might even be picking up a lot of that and trying to hold on to it too much, right? Because it's almost like when I'm around you, You make me feel this certain way because I can feel your tension, right? I'm feeling your tension. I can feel all of this, and I don't like it. Yeah. So you do feel like whatever's going on over here, you are struggling with this. It does, like I said, it does feel more like an emotion that you're attached to is more of the emotion, so much as the action itself. Does that make sense? You know what I'm trying to say? It's kind of like you're weighing down on my emotions. That's why you're trying to keep the sun going. You're trying to just kind of vibe with your own vibe, but it's almost like when they're around, though, you're feeling that tension and it's pushing you away. So it's almost like the way they're acting makes you want to kind of close down, but it also makes you a little snappy, or it might be one or the other, right? There's delays and indecision on how you're going to um, proceed with this situation, because you have the resistance to want to um, get close to them. You're resisting the let's try to be friends or let's make up. It's kind of like you're having to. The hangman is kind of like, I'm just hanging here, the fence sitting. And since you're the fence sitter, Scorpions are the fence sitter, it's like you're going to take on that kind of, that mode of, I'm just going to kick it over here. I'm not going to make any sudden moves because I see what's going on. And look, with this a situation like this, it doesn't feel like you're going to make any decision right now that's going to change their mind on the way that they're feeling. So I just think that you're just going to seriously just create the fun in the fifth house where you feel the fun. Go out with the kids, have some fun, go out with my friends, do things, create things, do things that I want to do to keep the fun alive. If you're a painter, you're just going to go paint. I'm going to do my own hobby. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to create my own fun. I'm not going to worry about what this person's doing. Okay, so yeah, I do feel like for somebody they may be drinking or addicted to something for some of you, because we do have the devil and the temperance in the reverse, of course, which is talking about alcoholism and addiction, and the devil is talking about the same thing. Either that, or if you know that they're not doing any of those things, it's talking about taking things to the extreme and taking things excessively, some kind of overindulgence. So it might just even be taking their emotions to the extreme, taking this situation to the extreme, right? And then just definitely just being the behavior situation. I don't like your behavior. I don't like the way you're talking to me. I don't like the way that you're acting around me. So I just feel like, however it is, it's like you're pulling yourself away from the situation to go realign yourself for more positive influences, more positive things to do, so you don't put yourself into this situation of where I'm just going to listen to you complain and act out. I've had enough. Going straight into the mid-month, you do have the challenge mode where you do feel like they're still challenging you in the way that they're communicating with you, right? So your relationship with this person is definitely out of balance, whether it is romantic or whether it's just, for a lot of you it is romance, right? If it's not romantic, then the fifth house is just talking about how you're taking yourself out of this one relationship to go create. It's almost like Spirit is saying, just go be creative. If you're in a band, go write new lyrics, go learn a new song. If you paint, go paint. If you write, go write a book. Whatever you're creating. Things that, and make yourself more proud of your, what I'm saying, and put yourself in a different atmosphere. Okay? It's funny, is creative blocks. So you do feel like you're challenged with creative blocks because of this selfish person. There could be some infidelity going on. Oh, I don't like that. That is the queen. That's the empress. In reverse, it's it is infidelity. So it could be that maybe they're trying to tell you they're not cheating on you, and you know that they are. You have anxieties and overwhelmness, which is causing a creative block. But you're still trying to keep yourself as comforting as possible, but your intuition is very high, but you also feel like you have to try to keep your emotions in balance and in check, because over here in the very beginning of the month they're getting you so unstable, getting you so unstable and so overly emotional because of the way they're doing things. So now you're saying I'm doing kind of a self check. I'm kind of checking myself, right? Trying to keep myself into this place, like my safe zone, my place of emotional balance, because I know you're doing something wrong. And I do feel like I do feel like you're like holding your own, and you're definitely standing up for yourself, but they may even feel like they're standing up for themselves. Um, like they're super overly defensive, because there's definitely a challenge, but it's almost like you're in a protection mode. You're in your own protection mode. Lack of commitment. Starting to get this vibe of someone cheating or telling non-truths, or maybe they're not supposed to be drinking and they're lying about it, and you know they're drinking because of the excessive behavior, or they're telling you they're slowing down, but you know they're overindulging. Something's going on. And there's this irresponsibility that's coming out, and for you it's just, you're in this procrastination mode though. Why are you in because still you're in the hangman mode over here, because you still are saying I'm not going to 100% intervene with this situation because I already know it's going to go south. So you're holding your own. You're conserving your own energy, keeping your own solid foundations, working on yourself, saving your own money, going to work, doing your own creative things, even though you're feeling a little creative block now in the mid-month, because you're just feeling so overwhelmed. Just watch that though, because it's saying, there's going to be some soul searching. I do love the Queen of Cups with the Hermit though, because it's saying that I'm in this emotional, stable, healing area and just nurturing myself and kind of doing my own thing. When it comes to my fifth house, which is just really showing myself that ultimate love, and then just finding that inner guidance and meditation within yourself just to keep yourself complete and whole at this time as you're having these issues within the fifth house. So going to the end of the month. You have the Ace of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, and the Focus in reverse as well, with the Five of Pentacles, or I'm sorry, Five of Pentacles, with the Eight of Pentacles, excuse me. The end of the month, you're just going to take actions where your ideas are, as your blockages are starting to come, you're starting to get back to where you need to be with your own. You're gaining that balance. See, this is a lot of balance with this Libra. Is a lot about balancing. And there's a lot of balancing acts that you're doing over here within your emotions and the way that things are going within communication, and also within your creativity, and your romantic relationship. It does feel like no matter what, though, it's kind of like what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But you do feel that there is this negative stage when it comes to the fifth house, that you're having a resistance to change, right? Or this person that you're with is resisting to change. And so it's almost like you have no control. You're going to feel like there's no control. In the mid-month, you're trying to take all this control for your creativity and that fun zone and, yourself. But when it comes to this person, it's almost like where the balance is, within the relationship, and where you're going to feel this graciousness and this harmony is out of control. So you're going to feel like that energy of this person you're dealing with is not in any kind of control. So therefore, it's not going to allow you to have any control in this relationship. So you're definitely, once again, in the fifth house, just going after your own self development, because there's nothing more that you can really do. So you're feeling more unmotivated to and uninspired because this person can't change. You can't really talk to them. They're not really wanting to be on the same page with you. Now, it doesn't say that you're not talking. It just says we're not on the same page, right? But I'm starting to feel my creative blocks starting to, like I can go out and we can have fun again. I'm feeling more inspired to go out and have fun. I'm feeling like my creative blocks are now cleared. I can actually write again, sing again. Things are starting to come together. And you're starting to have a more blissful relationship, which is good. But with the Wheel of Fortune, what it's saying is, but there's resistance to change. You do understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, like, before they were over emotional, they were bitchy, they were complaining, there was like arguing, however, in a challenge mode, didn't want to, but now it's kind of like you can come back together. You're not wielded together the way you should be, but it's definitely saying you're still in a negative stage. It's just not like it was in the beginning of the month. I think as you take time out during kind of the mid-month and kind of stepped away from the situations, when they want to come back, they want to, they want to have a little more love, a little more inner happiness with you. So it does feel like whatever they were excessively doing has dropped a lot, but they still have the resistance to change the cycle, which is just spirit saying that they've decided to tone it down. Okay, so like for instance, if in the very beginning of the month, it's the 4th of July, they wanted to get out there, go get shit-faced, they're not supposed to be drinking, and then they want to start arguing with you, fighting with you, being over emotional about the situation. You guys get into an argument. Come mid-month, you want to go try to talk about the situation. They're not listening. In fact, they're in a defense mode, like, well, it was the 4th of July and we get to drink. And you're like, yes, but you're not supposed to do that because, that stuff to use like fire water, it makes you mean. It doesn't make you nice, or you want to overindulge, or you want to do too much, whatever it is. Or you went out and cheated and you want to lie about it, right? And I know you were cheating. And maybe it wasn't even that. Maybe they were drunk and too excessively coming on to somebody that they wouldn't be doing. You see what I'm saying? Unless they were drunk. Okay. And you pull yourself out of that situation. By the end of the month, they come back. They're not really drinking. They're back to pretty much almost themselves, but they're still, you see what I'm saying? They're still having that beer. They're still having that 1 or 2 beers every night when you're saying you're not supposed to be having those beers. Do you see what I'm saying? Or I told you not to talk to that person anymore. Okay, because it's leading into bad places. It was leading towards infidelity. It was leading towards you cheating on me. I don't want you talking to them. And yet they're still in their phone. Do you see what I'm saying? So it's like the resistance to want to change. Well, we're just friends. Well, yeah, but you almost did something naughty with them. Or I know you did something naughty with them, but you won't throw them away. You see what I'm saying? So they're not throwing it away. And this is where we're having problems, right? This is where we're having problems. But they're saying, we're going to come back, but they're being better to you. They're being more loving towards you. They're being more almost more like they were before, but not 100, right? Because there's still no resistance to change, but they're saying, but I'm your soulmate. You're meant for me. I'm not going to go out and do something. That's what they're saying. I'm not going to go out and destroy our marriage or our connection or our partnership. Well, I'm not going to do that. I'm mutually attracted to you. And you're like, okay, well, if that's the case, then you shouldn't be drinking. You shouldn't be doing these unhealthy things or talking to women or men that way. Or, you see what I'm saying? Show me. But they have the resistance to 100% show you what's really going on. So, yeah, it's like they're They fear that change. So it says you're going to go play it safe, right? Because you're not sure exactly how this is going, but you have a bigger picture of what's really going on within the situation. You're seeing it like, okay, they're going to come and be happy, friendly, lovely with me, but I'm noticing they're not going to get rid of those activities, that friend, that whatever, that, right, that drink, that drug, that whatever it is. And so as you're doing this, you're overcoming the challenge as the King of Wands, saying, I'm taking a more mature stance, but you're in complete protection, my friends, of your emotions, not allowing them to take over those emotions, as you are, right, seeing the bigger picture to the situation. It's almost like you're kind of having this kind of look back through the month going, okay, this is what's going on, right? And you're seeing how out of control they have been, and how careless they've been with this relationship, and how the lack of direction is all over the place. They don't have any real direction. They want to tell you that they love you. I see you as my 10 of cups. I see you as my 2 of cups. We can go out and you guys can have fun and do things. But you still see that there is this carelessness that they have for your feelings, for who you are. See, that's where it's coming in. Do you see that? We can go out and have fun all you want. But you know what? Seriously, we all can. Right? I can even be lovey-dovey with you and everything, but if all of a sudden but if you're not going to care for me that way, by caring for yourself, or even caring for me enough to get rid of, if you really love me, you would get rid of so-and-so's number in the phone type of scenario. You see what I'm saying? And you're seeing that they're not doing this. So that's not going to put you on the right page. Should we go out and have fun on dates, guys, with 3 or 4 different people? But if you really truly want to be with just one person, then you need to get rid of those other numbers, right? Because you're showing loyalty, right? So for you, it's feeling like they're disloyal. If you really cared for me and you know that you're a jerk when you drink, then why do you really want to keep pushing them one back? If you know that this is the way you get, right? Or if you know you're only supposed to have a beer, then just drink your beer. Why do you have to have 7? Because when you have 7, you hurt my feelings, because you become this person I don't know. So take it how it resonates with you, but that's what it is. And when it comes to your creative endeavors, you're doing wonderful, because you're just keep focusing on your career path. You keep focusing on your creating things you're proud of. And no matter what, you're still trying to create. And if you guys are married, you're still trying to create this as much perfect family contentment as possible, by keeping all your ducks in a row, right? But you're still watching this person, and all month you're going to be watching them shift back and forth until that Wheel of Fortune can go up, because you're going to see them digging trenches, right, until they get rid of that trench. So, okay. And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love.